So what I'm going to be focusing on today is a few very simple strategies that do not require a lot of tech, okay, to help you attract more sellers, more buyers, how to get more referrals and more repeat business. As to be a top producing real estate agent or a lender, okay, the first thing that I want you to always think like, how can I think like a marketer? How can I think about my business and do things that nobody else is doing? Okay. So what I'm going to be focusing on today is a few very simple strategies that do not require a lot of tech, okay, to help you attract more sellers, more buyers, how to get more referrals and more repeat business. Now, you know how we're doing things now on every month, we're basically doing things on, sorry, my internet's been out for like 3 days, so I'm in my kitchen, not my normal spot. So we're doing things in segments. Okay. So I prepared a training that I stayed home Saturday all day and worked on a training all day long for you, literally all day long. And it might, I'm depending on how long it takes us today, I might just focus on one of the 3 different aspects because I want you to implement. Okay. Implementation is key. And this is very, very simple what I'm going to be having you do, but it's something that we do in our business that helps us get people to raise their hand and say hello. So how many of you would like to have more sellers and more buyers right now? Raise your hand and say me. Okay. Okay, good. Awesome. So what I'm going to be teaching you right now is, from different strategies that we've utilized in our business that we've seen help us get the most amount of success. And so what you're going to be noticing that I'm going to start doing every month is like showing you what we're doing in our business and like giving you actionable items that are not hard, right? That are not, you don't have to learn a software. You don't have to do any of that, but that should continue to get you more business based on what's happening right now in the market. Will we all agree right now that the market is different? Everyone say the market's different, right? Okay. You're noticing that people are kind of starting to freak out. So what you need to do when the market is different is you need to be different. Okay. When the market changes, when things change, you need to adjust, adapt, and modify what you're doing to meet the current demands of what's happening in the market. We all would agree on that? Okay. That's how you continue to be a top producer. Okay. And the thing that I love about what I'm teaching you is that this is easy. This is not going to be hard for you. So let's go ahead and get started. All right. So what we're going to focus on today is how do we get more leads? Okay. How we can get better conversions, how we can get more sales, more referrals, and how we can use effective systems and processes to help us be able to get that. All right. Make sense, everyone? Now, this is something that you have to understand that as a marketer, you need to constantly be thinking, how can I convert more? How can I and you do that by testing and tweaking and changing what you're doing. Okay. As a marketer, we will test. And let me just tell you how much I've learned in this launch with Tony and Dean. They are relentless with their messaging. So we want to continually tweak and test and refine. All right. So that's what the whole focus of this training, what I'm going to be having you do. You're going to walk away today with actionable items that you're going to implement into your business. Okay. Now, if we focus on increasing leads and we focus on increasing conversions, then we are going to get more sales. Okay. And if we also, how do we get more sales? How do we get more leads? How do we get more conversions? That is what companies that thrive really, really focus on. So here's the deal. If we can get 2 times more leads and we can get 2 times more conversions and we can get 2 times more sales and we can get 2 times more referrals, and if we can just become 2 times more effective, okay, look what happens. That's how you have exponential growth. All right. Now I'm just saying, can we focus on just getting 2 times better, 2 times better in each of these different areas. That's how you have exponential growth. Okay. The reason why I've been able to have the kind of success that I have in my real estate business and my coaching business is because I hire these different coaches and consultants in all these different areas of my business to help just get me 2 times better, right? And then once I get better, then I'm like, okay, now how can I continue to tweak that? How can I adjust that? How can I test what I'm doing? And that's something that we're going to start focusing on more, is helping you guys test and tweak and refine a lot weird things. So everybody say 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 20 times. Everyone say that's why I have exponential growth. Okay, that's what we're going to be focusing on this month. But you're going to notice that we're not going to focus. I know I'm kind of hyper, you guys. I've had like an energy drink this morning. Not a good idea before a coaching call. Okay, I already have enough energy. So make sure that we're going to be focusing on one thing at a time, because what we notice is that if we can do one thing and not do a million things for each aspect of our business, then we can refine it. That's when it's going to make it easier for us so that we don't seem overwhelmed. I am a little bit hyper. I had a lot of sleep last night too. That's part of the problem. Okay, so that's what the focus is. All right. So what we're going to think about is, move this over here. I'm trying to get it so I can see. Good. Awesome. All right. Okay. So would we all agree that the market is getting more competitive? Okay. Would we also agree that more agents are lowering their commission, more lenders are giving, away more points? They're taking their lenders, everyone's just doing all this stuff because the market's changing. Okay. Would you also, now we've got increased competition, people lowering their commission, and at the same time, we've got people taking less action. Buyers are afraid, sellers are freaking out, right? Actually, a lot of sellers are saying, oh my gosh, I missed the boat. So they're actually wanting to list right now, is what we're finding. But sellers' expectations are still out of whack. Agreed, everybody? Everybody agree? They're out of whack, right? It's like, it's like when somebody owns something. We talked last week about when you own something and it's yours, you just think it's worth so much more. And there's all these studies about that. The market is scaring off a lot of buyers right now, which means we need to get more creative. We need to be more educate more. Also, what used to work is no longer working. Now, I want you to understand that what used to work is no longer working is one of the things I want you all to like really, really think about all the time, because that's always the case. Okay. You should always be thinking, I can't keep doing what I've always done. How do I get better? How do I differentiate myself more? How do I change more? Okay. So you have to completely differentiate yourself, and you have to have an unmatched value proposition all the time. All right. Okay. So let's just take getting more competitive. I don't want this to freak you out. So we know that it's getting more competitive, but we also know at the same time, okay, that people are going to be leaving the industry. So there's opportunity. So yes, it is more competitive, but with it being more competitive, that also means that people are going to be leaving the industry. So that's actually a good thing for you. All right. More agents are lowering their commission. So that just means that we need to add more value. We need to differentiate ourselves more, and we need to absolutely have an unmatched value proposition. What can I make sure that I do that nobody else is doing? Okay. People aren't taking action as quickly. And that just means, right, that we need to get a bigger piece of the pie. We need to get a bigger piece of the pie, and we need to educate them more. Okay. This is amazing to me. So everybody kept saying how there was lack of inventory. There's lack of inventory all last year, lack of inventory. And so I went back and I looked at the 5 years of inventory. So 5 years back, and out of the 5 years, there was like this year increase, and then 1 year decreased by like 2 or 3%. And then it was like up 10%. I don't have the exact numbers, but every single year, 4 out of 5 years, including the last 3, there was more homes that were sold in my area the past 3 years. But so it wasn't an inventory problem. It was we weren't getting as big a piece of the pie because there was more competition. Okay, so you have to figure out, how do I get a bigger piece of the pie? Everyone understand that? Like, I recommend this. Change that talk you're having with yourself in your brain, and look back and say, I can guarantee you as a lender, there's probably been more lending, more refinances in the past 3 years than there have been in history, based upon the interest rates being so low. That's not the case right now, because interest rates have increased, which means you need to change what you're doing. Okay, you need to change what you're doing. And the good news is that we have control. I'm going to show you today exactly how to be able to do more of that. Okay. All right. So now let's keep going. Sellers' expectations are out of whack. That just means that we need to educate them more. Okay, all these things that we're worried about, there's an answer, there's a solution to everything. The market is scaring off buyers. Again, we just need a bigger piece of the pie. We need to educate them more. We need to grab a hold of more of those buyers before somebody else does. And don't forget, more agents are leaving. Okay, so it's going to be easier for you to start doing that. What used to work isn't working any longer. That just means it isn't working that means it's not working for your competitors either. Okay, so we need to be adaptive, and innovative, and we need to do it swiftly. Everybody agree with that? Okay. This is how I've been able to just stay in the top in every single market, because I see what's happening and I change and I swift and I adapt, and I don't do what traditional real estate agents do. Okay. So we have to completely differentiate ourselves and have an absolute unmatched value proposition in what we're doing. And here's the good thing. Here's what I want you all to say right now. Be like, yes, you have the tools and the means to do that. So we need to keep being innovative. It's essential that your marketing is positioning you in a manner that your community sees, that they're seeing all the time, and that they're seeing it consistently. And that's what this program teaches you exactly how to do. Okay. Okay. So we're going to be going over the 5 things that are working right now in real estate. Okay. I'm not going to give, even though I have them all done, I'm not going to give you all of them, because if I give you all of them, you're not going to do any of them correctly or the right way. So my goal is going to be to give you 1 or 2 a week. But before I start, you all have to look me in the eyes right now and say, even if I'm new, I can do this. Even if I've only been in the program for a day, you can do this, because it's not hard. It's not hard at all. All right. This is something that you can do right now that is easy. It's just going to require you to do it. And here's what I notice a lot of times when I teach people is they get excited and listen to a call, but then they don't do the thing that I'm teaching them to do. So you've got to do the things. Right now, everybody say, I'm going to do the thing. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do the thing. It's an easy thing. It's an easy thing. That's the cool thing. Okay. It's an easy thing. Oh, yay. Okay. I've got some really cool things up my sleeve, which I'm excited to show you. So the first strategy, it's called the reverse psychology re-engagement campaign. Okay, the reverse psychology re-engagement campaign. Now, what do I mean by re-engagement? Okay, now this is going to help you get past people that have worked with you, people that maybe have reached out for a market analysis, somebody that you went on a listing presentation for, somebody that used to respond to you on Facebook and doesn't do it anymore, somebody that doesn't open up your emails anymore. This is to get your people that have in any way, shape, or form have ever looked at you, liked, commented, and all this, now that they've ghosted you. Okay, so we are going to get them to re-engage with us. If you read the book, Never Lose a Customer Again from Joey Coleman, he taught, and I've read it like multiple times, he says that if you can just keep 5% more of the people that you already have, and I'm going to totally mess up this statistic, but it's like your business can increase as far as how much you'll make, like your profits between like 20 and like 70%. I mean, it's an incredible amount just by keeping the people that we already have. So I want you all to know, you do that already. When you're consistently putting out content, being seen, reminding people what you do, you're getting way more referrals, way more repeat business than you know, because you're making it impossible for people to forget about you. But there still are some. So what we have to do is figure out, how do I get people that already know me, like me, and trust me? How do I get people that I went on a listing presentation for, they didn't list their house, I dropped off a CMA. How do I get them to say, hey, we want them to re-engage, and we're going to do it by using reverse psychology. So the goal here now is to increase the frequency of how often people that come into our platforms keep coming back. Okay. So it's more important to interact with the leads that you have and increase the quality of the lead than to keep getting more and more and more. Okay, so you want to keep the people that you already have engaged. And here is what I noticed from a lot of people is they're like, I want all these leads. I want all these leads. Then they don't call the lead. They don't talk to the lead. They don't engage with the lead. They don't respond to the lead. So then they say, I've got crappy leads. Okay, it's kind of like being in a marriage. All right, like if you don't deposit into the deposit bank, I'm pretty sure when something happens, it's not going to be good for you, right? We want to keep on pouring into the love tank of the leads that we already have. And so that's what this is going to help us do. Okay, so we want to get inactive leads, referrals, and past clients to re-engage with us and our content. We want to reactivate them. Okay, we want to ignite them back up. We want to get them to reactivate. Make sense, everybody? That's the goal with what I'm going to teach you right now. So think about where you've acquired lists of people. Okay, people that you've had contact with, or people that have had their eyes on you. These are from Facebook's. ads, stories, posts, etc. This could be from YouTube, shorts, long form, just regular YouTube videos. This could be from Instagram, reels, shorts, and stories. This could be from lists that we've taught you to build, right? Single story home lists, any type of list building that we've taught you. From LinkedIn, past clients, past referrals, people that are in your CRM, okay, and your phone contacts. You all have so many people right in front of you that you could utilize to work with. Okay, so people who raised their hand before requested a market analysis, somebody that you had an appointment with that they didn't convert, somebody who's inquired about a property, somebody who's asked a question, somebody who hasn't opened an email in a long time, okay? People who aren't commenting, who aren't liking, and who aren't sharing, but used to at one time. That's the people that we're focusing on right now. Okay, so this is the first strategy I'm going to be teaching you. This is from Dean Jackson and Frank Kern. I see this marketing campaign working like crazy, and we've used it as too. Okay, so traditionally, what people do is they do this. Are you still looking to buy a home? Okay, now listen. Have you people's natural tendency is to always say no. Okay, when somebody ask for market analysis and they go, oh, are you looking to buy a home? No. You looking to sell your home? No. Somebody calls you about a property. Oh, are you thinking about buying? Oh, no. No, we're not. They go to the open house. What do they say? Oh, I'm not looking. People's natural tendency is to say no. Okay. So you've got to get them to know that. I understand that they're saying no. That's what they're going to say, but I want them to say no in a way that's going to benefit them and benefit me. This is marketing. This is psychology. Does it make sense, everybody, so far? I mean, think about it. When somebody calls you and asks you, you go into a car lot and you are wanting to buy a car. And the guy comes up to you and goes, oh, you thinking about buying? You're like, no, I'm not. Well, then why the heck are you at the car lot? Because our natural tendency is to say no. And so we've got to know that people say no, but utilize it in a way that's going to make them say yes later. Okay. It's kind of like when I do my boot camp. I always say, you haven't given up on yourself, have you? People go, no, right? I know they're going to say, so I'm saying, I'm getting it to like, good. Like, you don't think that your way is the only way to sell real estate, do you? Well, no. Okay. So you get people to say no, so they'll say yes later. Okay. Because people want to say, there's a book called The Power of No, or getting people to say no. Like there's all these books on it. And I'm obsessed with that type of thing, because my goal is to figure out, how do we get people to say yes ethically, right? By doing things ethically that we know are the best for them. How do we get them to say yes when everyone always wants to say no, right? So we've got to do it. We've got to do the psychology behind it. All right. Okay. So that's the traditional way. Okay. Now, there's a book called Start with No by Jim Camp. I'm actually reading it right now. One of the books I'm reading. Okay. Because people are way more likely to say no than to say yes. All right. So we automatically just say no. It's our tendency to just automatically want to say no. So here's the traditional way that what most of you are doing. Still thinking about moving? No. Still wanting to buy a home? No, I don't. Still wanting to list your house? No. Okay. What about this? Have you given up on getting your dream home? Sorry, I'm going to say that. Have you given up on getting your dream home? No, I haven't. Have you given up on selling your home for top dollar? Do you see? It's the same question, but different. You're like, no, I haven't given up on getting my dream home. Of course not. No, I haven't given up on selling my home for top dollar. Like, tell me more. I'm using reverse psychology, changing the way that I'm asking the questions in a manner that's getting people to still say no, but to really say yes to what it is that I'm getting them to say yes to. Does that make sense, everyone, so far? Right? I'm looking at seeing the heads. Okay. Okay. So, and here's why this works, is because our natural protection mechanism kicks in. What do you mean? Of course I haven't given up. No, I haven't given up. Like naturally, I'm like, no, I'm defending myself. Okay. I'm defending myself. Now, I want you to think about in your own personal purchasing areas. Okay. Like how this might relate to you. Okay. Like think about, is your natural tendency to say no? Is that what you do as well? Are you naturally inclined to say no, right? In most cases, we are, okay? But so we've just got to change the way that we're saying things. Where did you guys all go? Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, so the goal behind this is to, and I want you to pick one platform to utilize it on. In most cases, it's going to be email, okay? Now, when I'm telling you this, and when I'm showing you this, understand you don't have to use the Mashore method for this, okay? We are going to be getting a whole platform to a whole part of what my team doesn't know yet, but is they're going to be working on a strategy in the Mashore method to teach you exactly what to have built out for you, what I'm going to be showing you right now, but you don't have to use the Mashore method for it. You can utilize your own, you can create your own, you can do your own triggers. You don't even have to use a CRM for this, but you're going to get to a point that you're going to have to one day because you're going to get busy enough, right? So even if you're not using a CRM right now, even if your CRM right now isn't set up, don't worry, you can still do this and just interact with people. So the goal, here's the thing about, and I would recommend doing this with email, but this also works really well doing this on Facebook. But the goal is that most people, when they see your content, they need to see it over and over and over again. Okay. So the best way to be able to re-engage people and to get people to say yes more often is you have to do it more than once. Okay. Now, the why we want people to do this with what I'm going to be showing you right now is we want to open up the communication with them. So think about how email works. Okay. So how email works is that if you're not getting a lot of people opening, the deliverability starts to go down. Okay. Their email providers starts to see that your email is not getting open. So a lot of times it might take you to spam. It sees you as spam. So we want people to re-engage with us. The more we can get people to re-engage with us, re-engage with our emails, it makes our deliverability increase. I can't even say that right. Deliverability is very, very important. Now, let me tell you the reason why I'm doing this with you right now, okay? Because we were noticing on our own emails, like, oh my gosh, people, like our deliverability isn't really good. So I hired this specialist. And so he helped me, like, we pay this guy a lot of money every month. He helped me like figure out, okay, this is how we can get your deliverability up. I'm just gonna call it the D word, okay? This is how we get your D to get increased. And that might not be the best word to be using, but you know, so we're helping you get the D up. My God, don't use the D word. Let's use a different letter. Let's help get the open rate up. I'm like, get the D up. Like, geez. So we're going to help get the open rate up. Okay. We're going to help get the open rate up. So by doing what I'm going to be showing you right now, we noticed that our open rate started increasing a lot. Is that important for you as a business person, everyone? Absolutely. We want people to open up our stuff. But what you have to understand is that it doesn't just happen when you do something one time. And you would not believe, people say that email is overrated or not used. It absolutely is used quite well when you especially do it correctly. Okay. So when you get people to respond to you, the algorithm is more inclined to have your content shown also in Facebook, right? So think about Facebook. The more people interact with you, engage with you, comment, the Facebook algorithm says, oh, these people are friends. Let's put more of their content in front of them organically. So it works on so many different levels with all aspects of your marketing. Okay. So the idea here is we want people to say no, but in a way that gets them to ask for more. We want them to say no in a way that gets them to engage, to respond, to reply, to ask for help, and to like, comment, and share. That's our goal with this whole strategy that I'm going to be working with you right now and showing you right now. Okay. So let me stop that for 1 second. So let me give you some examples because I actually did some examples for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I want to do right now is I want you to start putting comments in. What I'm going to be doing is, and I want you to think about this. This is perfect for your niching. Okay. When you have a niche, this is perfect for your niche because you know exactly what the questions, the concerns, what your people need, what they need more help with. So when you can ask the right questions, okay, regarding your niche too, it's going to help people want to say yes more. So
Hold on.
what we're going to do right now, Nina, there you go, I got you muted. What we're going to do right now is in the comments, what time is it here? In the comments, I'm going to have you guys write down questions that are no questions, but really get people to say yes. Okay. Then I'm going to create a spreadsheet for you. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take that spreadsheet and you're going to figure out which platform you want to do. I'd recommend doing it through email because you want to do several more, right? Okay, so I'm going to show you this again, and then we're going to do it together. And then you're going to write these down and you're going to be able to use them. So remember, traditional way of asking a question, still thinking about moving? Still wanting to buy a home? The reverse psychology aspect of it is, okay. So we're not wanting to buy a home. So have you given up on getting your dream home? So it's the same thing, but no, I haven't given up. Have you given up on selling your home for top dollar? So what I want you to do now, utilizing these, I want you to think about, first of all, step one is this. Think about who it is that you're going after. Okay. These are past people that have engaged with you. Think about, have they met with you? Like, you know, have they raised their hand? Have they commented? Have you dropped a CMA off? What kind of questions would you put? Perfect. I'm going to put it, I'm going to read the chat right now. All right. Team, if we can make sure we save the chat later, we're going to put all this on a spreadsheet for everybody. But what I want to encourage everyone to do is I want to see everyone commenting right now so we can help you get a lot of this, because this stuff works really, really well for you. Okay. All right. So have you given up on considering downsizing? I like that. Have you lost interest in finding that perfect neighborhood? Good. It doesn't have to say like, you can change my wording. I was just giving you an example. Keep going. Good. Christy says, have you given up on your dream of owning a home? Insert subdivision. Exactly. Have you decided that you don't want to turn a profit on your home? Good, Jennifer. You guys are doing so fast. Have you guys are Facebook, have you given up your dream to find your perfect home? Good. CCC, think about this, everyone, credit, right? Like there's so many ways that you could do this with. You gave up on buying your dream. Have you decided that I like this, and a couple $100 more in a house payment has made your dream home unrealistic? Great. Have you decided that you want to be a renter forever? Yes, I love that. No, I don't want to be a renter forever. Are you bracing for another winter because you've given up on relocating your family to Florida? Good. Yes. Good. Have you decided to stay in New Jersey? Good. Are you in love with the traffic? Do you love, are you in love with something like that? Like think about all the things that people do not like in your area. Okay. Like what do they don't like? What do they complain about? Take those complaints, those things that they don't desire, that they don't want, and turn it around. Okay. And then do the same thing for the things that they do want. Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.